In today's world, where social interactions are often quick and superficial, the psychology of first impressions is of paramount importance. In a matter of seconds, our brains form an opinion of a new person, and these opinions tend to be remarkably stable. This is not just a matter of politeness, but a complex neurocognitive process that has a profound impact on all subsequent interactions, from personal relationships to business negotiations. Understanding how first impressions are formed and how to improve them is a key skill for successfully adapting and thriving in any social context. This is seeing unlimited greatness. A first impression is an instant, often unconscious assessment based on a limited amount of information. Our brains, evolutionarily designed to make quick decisions for survival, seek to instantly classify a new person, friend or foe, trustworthy or not, competent or not. This process happens in a split second, long before we have time to consciously consider or analyze the information. This fast-thinking system relies on heuristics and stereotypes, which makes first impressions powerful, but sometimes misleading. How first impressions are formed? Key factors. Forming a first impression is a multifactorial process that involves both visual and nonverbal cues, as well as the context of the meeting. Appearance, visual cues. Dress and grooming. Clean, neat, appropriate clothing, and a generally well-groomed appearance signal neatness, attention to detail, and self-esteem. Inappropriate clothing for the context, e.g., being too casual at a business meeting, can create a negative impression. Facial expressions and facial expressions. An open, friendly smile and a calm and confident expression create a positive impression. Slouched shoulders. A tense or frowning expression can be perceived as a sign of negativity or disinterest. Hair and accessories. These details also play a role, complementing the overall image. Nonverbal behavior. Eye contact. Maintaining moderate eye contact, not too intense, not too avoidant, demonstrates confidence, sincerity, and interest in communication. Posture and gestures. Open posture, not crossed arms. Confident but not too active gestures convey openness, confidence, and readiness for dialogue. Slouched posture or fidgety movements may indicate uncertainty or nervousness. Handshake, if applicable. A firm but not too strong handshake accompanied by eye contact signals confidence and trustworthiness. A limp or too aggressive handshake can evoke negative associations. Distance and spatial orientation. Maintaining a comfortable personal space demonstrates respect for the interlocutor. Verbal behavior and voice. Tone and timbre of voice. A pleasant, moderate tone, not too loud and not too quiet, is perceived positively. A nervous, high-pitched voice or monotone speech can be off-putting. Speech rate. Moderate speech rate that allows the interlocutor to easily perceive the information. Speaking too fast or too slow can be uncomfortable. Vocab and grammar. Using appropriate vocabulary, avoiding jargon or rude expressions, and speaking correctly contribute to the formation of an image of a competent and educated person. Interlocutor's name. Using the name of the person you are addressing immediately creates a more personal and respectful contact. General energy and aura. Although less specific, the general atmosphere that a person creates, positive, open, or conversely closed and negative, greatly affects the first impression. This can be related to stress levels, self-confidence, and general mood. First impression effects. Halo effect. The tendency to extend a general positive or negative impression to specific traits of a person. If the first impression of a person is positive, they are friendly, then other traits of that person, such as competence or intelligence, tend to be perceived in a positive light, even without objective evidence. And vice versa. Primacy effect. Information received early in an interaction carries more weight and influence in forming an overall opinion than subsequent information. This means that first impressions are powerful anchors. Self-fulfilling prophecy. If we form a certain first impression of someone, it can subconsciously influence our behavior toward that person, which in turn can provoke them to behave in a way that confirms our initial expectation. How to improve a first impression? Managing a first impression does not mean faking it, but rather consciously showing your best qualities. Prepare. Before an important meeting, interview, first date, presentation, think about your appearance, mood, and goals in advance. Caring about your appearance. Make sure your clothes are clean, neat, and appropriate for the occasion. Pay attention to personal hygiene. Appearance is the first thing people see. Smile and eye contact. A genuine smile makes you seem more approachable and attractive. Maintain confident but not aggressive eye contact to show interest. Confident posture. Stand or sit up straight with your shoulders back. An open posture without crossing your arms or legs signals openness and confidence. A firm handshake. If accepted, offer a firm but not constricting handshake. This is a universal sign of confidence and willingness to interact. Active listening. When the other person is speaking, listen carefully and ask follow-up questions. This shows your interest and respect. Positive attitude. Your overall energy will rub off on others. Try to be positive, enthusiastic, and open. Avoid complaining or being negative at the beginning of your conversation. Clarity and conciseness. Be clear and to the point, and avoid wordiness. Use an appropriate tone and timbre of voice. Using a name. Try to remember the other person's name and use it in conversation. This immediately creates a sense of personal connection and importance. Be yourself, the best version. It's important to be genuine. Trying to impersonate someone else will be quickly recognized. Instead, focus on presenting the best, most confident, and most positive version of yourself. The art of forming a favorable first impression is not manipulation, but the conscious application of principles of effective communication. It is an investment in building trusting relationships that opens the door to new opportunities and deeper interactions in every aspect of life. Barriers to a positive first impression and how to overcome them. Despite your best efforts, there are common barriers that can prevent you from making a positive first impression. Understanding these barriers and how to overcome them will help you be even more effective. Nervousness and anxiety. It is natural to feel nervous when meeting new people, especially in important situations. However, excessive nervousness can manifest itself in fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, a shaky voice, or incoherent speech, which can be perceived as lack of confidence or disinterest. How to overcome. Practice breathing exercises before the meeting to calm your nervous system. Visualize a successful interaction. Focus on active listening and asking questions. This will take your mind off your own worries and shift your focus to the other person. Remember, a little nervousness is normal. Overeager to impress, wanting to be perfect or very smart can lead to unnaturalness, arrogance, or attempts to dominate the conversation. This is often a turnoff, as people value sincerity and authenticity. Negative body language. Even if you say something positive, your posture, gestures, or facial expressions may contradict your words, creating dissonance and making the other person feel uncomfortable. How to overcome. Try to be aware of your nonverbal habits. Practice open postures, e.g., not crossing your arms. Maintain eye contact and use gestures that match your words. You can even ask people close to you for feedback on your body language. The importance of authenticity. Ultimately, the most important thing in forming a first impression is authenticity. People are very sensitive to falseness and insincerity. Your goal is not to create a perfect but unrealistic image, but to present yourself in the best possible light while maintaining your individuality. When you are sincere, confident, and show a genuine interest in others, it automatically creates a positive and memorable first impression. It serves as the foundation for building long-term, trusting, and meaningful relationships in any area of life.
If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can, for you and for the world around us.